Okay, this is a picture of Fontana Lake as it is currently. Fontana Lake used to be the little Tennessee River that ran all the way here, but once they flooded it, it became Fontana Lake. Now, there used to be a road and a railroad that went right along the little Tennessee River right here before they put the lake in and flooded it, and much of that road is underwater, but there's still a couple portions that are up on the ridge, and that's where we're going to go today. We're going to head right over to Fontana Marina, and we're going to go over here and park here. And then we're going to catch the old 288 road that runs along this ridge all the way from Eagle Creek to Hazel Creek. The old 288 was the main road there, and again, most of it's underwater, but that portion is still above water. So we're going to go off trail today and see what we see in that area. Hey everybody, Smoky Mountain Dave here. How the hell you doing? Well, that never gets old, huh? Anyhow, gonna go out on a little hike today into the national park. We're gonna scoot across the lake, and we're gonna get off trail a little bit, and we're gonna try to walk the old road 288. It's an old historic road that settlers used back in the early 1900s. It was originally a Cherokee trail way back in the time, but the settlers used it to get back and forth from where they live to Bryson City and Deals Gap. Anyhow, we're going to scoot across the lake, like I said, and we're going to check out this old historic road. Hopefully we'll see some stuff out there, and we'll get back on camera when we get over on the lake. All right, welcome. Okay, we made it across the lake. Got the boat tied down. So we're gonna head right over there, and that's where the old 288 actually goes into the lake. It went through here, over there, and on the other side of that is Eagle Creek, and then it went all the way up Eagle Creek. So we'll get you a little more video once we get on that old road. I don't know how this is going to translate to video, but you can see where the old cutout is along here. And this is the old road right here. You can see not many trees are growing up in the road. And then it heads right up that ridge over there. So we're just going to continue walking up there, see what we see. You can see now this looks like more of a road. I'm up above the lake about, I don't know, 100 yards or so, but I doubt whether anybody's been back here in a very, very, very long time. But you can see that it's obviously no longer maintained with all the blowdowns and stuff like that, but we'll keep walking, try to get over to Hazel Creek. Well, other than the road itself, there's not much sign of human habitation back here. But I guess you have to remember it's been since the early 1900s, so almost 150 years since this road has been used. And I'll show you in a minute how it's slow going because of all the blowdowns. Let me reverse this. You can see how thick it is back here, so it's slow going. So I'm not going to walk a tremendously long ways with all the blowdowns and growth since this road's been used. It's kind of hard to weasel my way through here, but I'll keep going. So here we are with a little creek coming down, and then also look what I stumbled upon here. Wow. And then more importantly, check this out. This is obviously an old cabin back here at some time. So this is where somebody lived probably back in the late 1800s to early 1900s. So let me look around here, see if I can find their dump or anything else that's back here. All right, you can see the old where the old homestead was back here. Obviously, these are man-made for a little road or a corral or just to fence in their property. Okay, the early settlers used to try and keep their stuff cold by keeping it near a stream. That looks like maybe an old spring house where they would keep milk and butter because of the temperatures. They'd be able to keep it in there and keep it cool. I wasn't sure about that one, but this one is definitely a spring house. So they could keep milk, butter, whatever they needed to preserve in there. And that's how they were able to sustain themselves. Here's an old bed frame way back in the middle of this area. My buddy Richie McQueenie said that when the dogwoods come out, the snakes come out. Pretty sure those are the dogwoods blooming. So I've been hiking about an hour. Haven't really gone that far because of it's just slow going with all the blowdowns and basically having to cut a path through there. But found some cool stuff so far. Probably got another half mile to go to Hazel Creek and we'll turn around, but it's really, really nice back here. This is very, very remote. I did tell some people where I was going and I have my emergency eye reach in case anything happens. But this is, nobody's gonna stumble on you here. This is off trail. And even though the lake is right down the hill, it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Anyhow, if we see anything cool, we'll get you back on camera. Okay, I'll show you where I found that old homestead. Right here, this is where we parked and we walked over around here. Myers Branch is right there is where that cabin was. So that'll give you some perspective on where exactly that was. Okay, I did a little research on that cabin I found, and these are the people that lived in it back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. And here's a little information on them, their family tree, and when they lived and died back there in that cabin, and an actual picture of the cabin, and then a little bit of information on when they sold their property. And hopefully you find that interesting. Historic hikes are getting old and redundant. Although I really enjoy them, I know it's probably boring content. So I've got a couple other trips coming up. I'm going to climb Mount Everest. I'm going to retrace Admiral Byrd's trek to the Antarctic, and then I'm going on African safari. So that should be pretty good content. Obviously, I'm kidding about that, but I do have a fishing trip coming up this week with a couple of my buddies up into the park at Forney Creek. And then we'll be doing a lot more kayaking, camping, backpacking, and hiking. So we should change the format a little bit and make it a little bit more interesting for the viewers.